Hi there. This is Margaret and welcome to my YouTube channel Grammar Buzz Learning Made Easy. Hey, thanks for joining me today. In today's video, we are going to learn about direct and indirect speech, sometimes also known as direct and indirect narration. But before we move on to the main part of the lesson, you know what? Let us quickly know about the lesson objectives. And a lesson objectives aims at helping us to know what is direct and indirect speech, know the difference between direct and indirect speech, and also know their correct use. So, let me start off with my favorite question, and that is, what is narration? Well, what about it? What is narration? Let us find out. The act of reporting the words of the speaker is called narration. When we report the words of the speaker directly or indirectly, we are actually narrating what the speaker has said. So this is called narration. Well, there are two ways of reporting or narrating the act of a speaker or what the speaker has said, and they are in a direct way, which is called direct speech, and in an indirect way, which is called indirect speech. Now let us try to understand both direct and indirect speech one at a time. So let's get started. Well, what is direct speech? You might ask me that question. You see, direct speech is writing down or reporting the actual words that were said by the speaker. This means the actual words of the speaker are quoted as it is without making any change. Remember, when we say what the speaker has said in the exact words that he or she has used without making any change, that is called direct speech. The exact words of the speaker in direct speech are enclosed in quotation marks or speech marks. Now let us try to understand direct speech with the help of a few examples. Well, meet Jack and his friend Martha. His friend Martha asked him one day, "Do you like strawberry ice cream?" And this is what Jack said. "I do not like strawberry ice cream. I do not like strawberry ice cream." Now, if Martha wants to report what Jack said as it is without making any change in his speech, she will say, "Jack said, I do not like strawberry ice cream." Well, this is direct speech. Note the sentence, "I do not like strawberry ice cream" is within quotation marks. Notice the direct speech uses speech marks or quotation marks to show exactly what was said by the speaker. The first word of the reported speech, "I do not like strawberry ice cream," is I, and it begins with a capital letter. Speech marks are positioned at the start and the end of the actual words, that is, "I do not like strawberry ice cream" in this sentence. The part where it reads "Jack said" are not in speech marks because this part was not said out loud. This is just a way of the speaker communicating what the other person has said. Note the word "said" in the sentence. It is the reporting verb. And "I do not like strawberry ice cream" is the reporting speech. A comma is placed after the reporting verb to separate it from the second part of the sentence. Well, let us take a look at another example. Let us consider this one. Meet Jade and her friend Florence. Jade asks Florence, "Do you like to play the violin?" Do you like to play the violin? And this is what Florence said. I love playing the violin. I love playing the violin. Now, if Jade wants to report what Florence said in the exact words without making any change, then she would say, Florence said, I love playing the violin. This is direct speech. As the words reported by Jade are as it is, without any modifications. Note the sentence, I love playing violin is within quotation marks or speech marks because it shows exactly what was said by the speaker. The first word of the reported speech, I, begins with a capital letter. Said is the reporting verb, and I love playing the violin is the reporting speech. A comma is placed after the reporting verb said to separate it from the second part of the sentence. I guess you have followed what is direct speech. Well, let us quickly revise the important points of direct speech. And they are: the exact words of the speaker are put within inverted commas or speech marks. The first word of the reported speech begins with a capital letter, and a comma is placed after the reporting verb to separate it from the second part of the sentence. Well, now that we already know what is direct speech, let us move on with indirect speech. So, what is indirect speech? Well, to put it straight, indirect speech sometimes is known as reported speech. In indirect speech, the exact words of the speaker are transformed or changed, and they are said or written in simple language. So see, indirect speech is known as reported speech at times, and the exact words of the speaker are transformed or changed, and they are said or written in simple language. Now let us try to understand this a little further with the help of some examples. Let us consider the same examples that we have discussed earlier. Jack said, I do not like strawberry ice creams. Now, if Martha wants to report what Jack said to one of her friend while making changes in the speech, she will say, Jack said that he did not like strawberry ice cream. Jack said that he did not like strawberry ice cream. This is indirect speech. So, what are the changes that we note in indirect speech? Firstly, the sentence Jack said, that is, he did not like strawberry ice cream, is not within quotation marks. So, the quotation marks or the speech marks are removed in indirect speech. We have replaced the quotation mark with the conjunction that in indirect speech. No comma is placed after the reported verb said. Also note, the tense of the sentence has changed from present to past tense, and the pronoun I has changed to he. Well, let us consider another example. Florence said, I love playing the violin. Now, if Jade wants to report what Florence said in indirect speech by making changes in the exact words spoken by Florence, then our sentence would be, Florence said that she loved playing the violin. Florence said that she loved playing the violin. This is indirect speech. So what are the changes that we note in this indirect speech? To begin with, the most important change is not using quotation marks or speech marks, or the removal of quotation marks in indirect speech. Note the quotation marks have been replaced by the conjunction that in the sentence. No comma is placed after the reported verb said. The tense of the sentence has also changed from present to past, and the pronoun I has changed to she. Well, I guess you have quite understood what is indirect speech. So let us quickly revise the important points of indirect speech. Firstly, no quotation marks or speech marks are used in indirect speech. Secondly, there is a change of tense from present to past and so on. Thirdly, there is a change of pronoun. That is, the pronoun changes from I to he. Next, we use the conjunction that instead of the speech marks or the quotation marks. And also remember, we never use any comma after the reported verb said. Remember, reported speech is always written in past tense. This is because the words have already been spoken and the reporter is simply reporting what has already been said. It is important to consider what was said and convert it to past tense. When we speak, it is more convenient to use indirect speech in order to avoid confusion. So, what are the basic differences between direct and indirect speech? Let us quickly revise the fundamental differences between direct and indirect speech. Direct speech has quotation marks. Indirect speech will remove the quotation marks or the speech marks. Direct speech uses the same tense as this person has used. And in indirect speech, there is a change of tense. In direct speech, we use the same pronoun, while the pronoun changes in indirect speech. Comma is used after the reporting verb in direct speech, and no comma is used after the reporting verb in indirect speech. In direct speech, there is no use of that, while in indirect speech, the quotation marks are replaced with the conjunction that. So, that is the fundamental difference between direct and indirect speech. Well, you see, it is often seen that both children and adults get confused about where to put speech marks in direct speech. Here is a quick summary of the rules. Put speech marks around the actual words that are being said. Start each new piece of speech with a capital letter. And punctuate the speech before closing it. Also remember, new speaker, new line. Hey, and with that, you have already headed on with the practice time. So, this is how it works. And with a little twist, you know what? We are going to say a story today. And in between the story, I will be providing you with some speeches. And you know what? You have to put in the speech marks and the punctuation marks wherever necessary. So, let us begin. And the story for today is The Lion and the Mouse. Yes, it's a famous story. So let us start the story, The Lion and the Mouse. One day a lion lay asleep in the forest, his great head resting on his paws. A timid little mouse came upon him unexpectedly, and in her fright and haste to get away, ran across the lion's nose. Roused from his nap, the lion laid his huge paw angrily on the little creature to kill her. "Spare me," begged the little mouse. And that's your sentence. Well, you will have to punctuate it and put the speech marks wherever necessary. So, have you done it? Have you? I think you have. And here it is. Let's check our answers. Spare me, and that is within your speech marks or quotation marks with an exclamation mark. Begged the poor mouse, full stop. I guess you have done it quite right. And you did a fantastic job. The mouse said, "Please let me go, and someday I will surely repay you." Well, that's your second sentence. Can you punctuate it? Hey, put in the speech marks wherever necessary. And let's see what have you got. I am sure you have got the right thing, and it is the mouse said, comma, open inverted commas or speech marks, "Please let me go, and someday I will surely repay you," full stop, close the speech marks. I think you have done a great job. So, what happened next in the story? The lion was much amused, you see, to think that a mouse could ever help him. But he was generous and finally let the mouse go. But some days later, while stalking his prey in the forest, the lion was caught in the toils of a hunter's nest. Unable to free himself, he filled the forest with his angry roaring and started shouting. "Help me, someone!" roared the lion. So that's your sentence. You will have to punctuate this too. You have to fill in the quotation marks wherever necessary. And have you done it all right? I think you have. You are a smart one, I see. So let's check our answers. And it is open quotation marks, capital H, "Help me, someone, comma, close quotation marks, roared the lion," full stop. Hey, you did a great job. Now let us find out what happened next in the story. The mouse knew the voice and quickly found the lion struggling in the net. Running to one of the greatest ropes that bound him, she gnawed it until it parted, and soon the lion was free. And this is what the mouse said. "You laughed when I said I would repay you," said the mouse. That's your sentence. Hey, quickly put in the quotation marks wherever necessary. And have you done it? Have you? I think you have. So let's check our answers. And it is open quotation marks, capital U or capital Y for you. "You laughed when I said I would repay you, comma, close quotations," said the mouse, full stop. That was a great job that you did. And now you see what happened next in the story. And the mouse said to the lion, "Now you see that even a mouse can help a lion." So quickly put in the speech marks wherever necessary. Have you done that all right? Have you? I think you have done a great job. And your sentence is open quotation marks, capital N. "Now you see that even a mouse can help a lion," full stop, close quotation marks. And that is the end of our story. So you know what? You have done a fantastic job. Hope this video helped you understand the difference between direct and indirect speech. If you have any questions at all, you know what to do. Just pop them in the comment box and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching and staying with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. This is Margaret signing off for today. Take care of yourself and bye everyone.